So my name is Stephanie. This is like my first official video for YouTube. I have been mostly like tinkering with TikTok and I have a lot of fun on there, but I also want to like translate my stuff on here on YouTube because I also talk a lot, and I feel like for anybody that actually wants like long-term videos and wants to learn about what I'm teaching, TikTok is nice, but people are just on there to kind of like scroll fast, and I feel like YouTube is like a better format for somebody like me that is actually interested in teaching people and also having some fun, obviously. I love doing paintings, I love doing art, I love doing makeup, especially special effects makeup. Beauty makeup though I still love to do. I do weddings, I do set work, I do all this stuff, and I feel like I have so much to like teach people. Like yes, I love being able to just create the videos, but sometimes I feel like that's not enough, and I feel like there's so many like different points to where people get to in terms of like their creativity that they're like, they need to hit a paywall. And I feel like if I can teach you guys that stuff for free for the most part, I feel like I'm happy and more than inclined to do so, because it's like I already know it. And I'm mostly self-taught too. So I'm sure that there'll be like times along the way where like maybe there's an incentive to get paid. I don't know, maybe like bigger companies. I don't know. I'm thinking too far ahead. I'm dreaming big. But my passion is makeup. My passion is art. And I feel like hopefully that this lands on people's pages or algorithm that also have that same kind of strong passion for art. Just, I love it altogether. I feel like everybody is entitled to art. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I feel like everybody should be engulfed in it in some way, even if it's like a little bit, even if it's just like a movie that you really love, a song that you really like. I feel like knows me knows like how much art I need to do like every single day. Even if it's like a little thing, I just need to do it. So for now, I'm gonna start something off really light. I'm just gonna do like basic fall makeup because it's almost October and my birthday's on October 1st, so I kind of want to test out the waters to see how I want to do my makeup for that day. So if you see me looking off to the side, that's what I'm doing. So I'm not expecting anything crazy for my first video. It's kind of like an introduction and kind of telling you guys what I'm hoping to do with my channel. That sounds so weird to say. Yeah, my birthday is on October 1st. I'm going to be 30 years old, and I know that might seem like super old, and it is. Like it's getting there. But I feel like I'm just getting started in things that I want to do, and I feel like I've always had like this feeling that I'm meant to do something bigger. And I don't know if that's like on social media or whatever, but for sure something with my art. And I feel like it would be dumb if like no matter what age range I get to, if I just don't do it, would be dumb. I need to just keep doing it. Also interested in hearing from you guys if this lands on anybody's algorithm page. I'm not expecting it to, since it's like an actual full-length video, but if this does come across anybody's algorithm and page, what kind of things are you expecting to see or hope to see when it comes to makeup? I know that definitely the makeup community is not the same that it used to be on YouTube, and I'm not expecting it to be the same. Change is always good. But in terms of learning, if you want to see a specific type of like niche, a specific type of like, do you want, like, I know sometimes people prefer shorter length videos like on TikTok. Some people prefer longer length videos on TikTok. Like I said, I think I'm gonna niche down to making longer length videos on here that are more descriptive of exactly what I'm doing to help anybody that's interested in this industry. I also want to know, like, as a consumer, what you're looking for, because sometimes when I'm filming stuff, I'm thinking of it from the perspective of a makeup artist and not the perspective of somebody who's learning anymore. So something that can seem really like easy for me can be a little bit like, oh, I didn't think of that for somebody. So it could be as simple as like, what's a better glue for prosthetic makeup? Something like that. Like, does that make sense? Where maybe you could tell me, because I've literally made videos sometimes where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna make a video on that because it's like so, like, it's just tell me what you need and I will deliver. Like, yes, I'm gonna do my own things too, but I also want to make sure that I'm reaching like the full potential of teaching here. So right now I'm doing some fall makeup. I'm trying to figure out what works best for my skin right now, because my skin, I just like cleaned it up and used like the razor, and it's a little dry, and I've been using like anti-dark spotting on my skin because I have like these little pigmentation spots right here that you can see. So it's a little sensitive, and I'm trying not to do too much to my skin. Like, yes, I'm putting on the makeup, but I'm trying not to make it look too cakey and too like heavy. Trying to make sure that it still feels nice and breathable. You know how sometimes people use concealer over their eyes to like get it all like smooth looking? I do the same thing, but if I'm trying to go for like a fall color, I'm using this right now. Oh my god, it's giving 2016 makeup. But sometimes if I want like a nice base for my eyeshadow, I will use a darker tone concealer than my skin type to go ahead and do that. Sometimes if I use like my own skin tone color for my eyes, and then I put like a brown, neutral, cool tone, whatever I'm trying to go for in terms of like fall colors, it comes off a little bit more muted, so I will use like a darker base. I also like it because most contours already kind of have that natural cool tone color, so it looks really, really nice on the eyes and nice and smoky. It's not something that everybody has to do. It's just a little trick that I do. I'm sure other people do it, but this is what I like to do. But if that's not enough, you can go ahead. I usually go in with like an actual contour color. I mean, there are eyeshadows that are cool tone. I like the look that some bronzers and contours have, so I'll use that on my eyes also. But yes, if this does land on anybody's page, a little bit more about me is I'm also a mom. I have 2 kids. I probably will never show them on social media because I am very particular about not showing my kids on here, but it is such a big part of my life because they are my children. So I might talk about my kids here and there, but I will never show them. Aside from that, I do makeup, obviously, special effects. I love art. I love movies, particularly horror movies. I don't know if you guys can see my Frankie monster right here and his bride, but the Gill Man is like my favorite. I have like such an infatuation with old Universal monsters because I used to go to Universal Studios a lot as a little kid, and then I also feel like it's misrepresented to be horror, though it is horror because the monsters are monsters. Like if you read the books, right, like if you read Mary Shelley's book, right, I read that when I was like maybe my early 20s. The Universal movies, alongside the stories that are being told, are just really sad, and there was something really captivating about that to me, like just watching these monsters be like, and I could make like a whole dissertation video about that, and I think I might also do that on my channel here because I love movies so much and I could just talk about movies forever, that these monsters weren't necessarily just horror, like looking at them in their faces, but like the stories themselves. The horror isn't them, the horror is what's happening around them. And I feel like people get lost in these kind of stories where they think like, oh, because he looks like a monster it makes it scary, and it's like, yes it does, but the real horror is the people and how they treat them. Because somebody like Frankenstein's monster, based off the book, I mean even the movie with Boris Karloff, you can see that he didn't ask to be made. He didn't ask for this, and then he's guided to just figure everything out on his own. It's like literally like a baby just being thrown into everything, but like then dealt with like the worst possible people because he looks like a monster and looks like an adult, but he doesn't have the thought processes of like, he doesn't have the thought process of an actual adult. Does that make sense? And it's not even just about being an adult, it's about just the way society treats people. But that's like, I'm telling you, I could like talk about that forever, and I don't know if anyone would be interested in something like that, but I'm pretty sure like who cares, I could still do it because I could do it forever and talk about these kind of monsters and movies and like what they mean to me, because literally I don't know where I would be if I didn't have horror movies, because it literally molded and shaped me into the person that I am today. I mean, that's why I do special effects makeup, but whatever. I'm literally not even doing my makeup anymore, so I'm gonna go back to focusing on my makeup. But if anyone is interested in those types of videos too, just let me know. Like I said, I don't know if this will fall on anybody's page. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I just do that with my eyes for like a fall look. Maybe I'll do a little smokiness when I do my wing liner on it, but that's about it. Concealer and like a nice bronzer shadow on my eye, and then I just do my eyeliner and keep it at that. I'm about to do my eyeliner on this side, but I'm gonna be quiet so I can focus. Or maybe not, because I like to yap. I also stopped doing winged eyeliner as much because Gen Z scared me into not doing it anymore, but it's so millennial coded in a part of me that I always go back to it. So if I highly doubt there's any Gen Z watching me, but if there's like a little bit of anybody that ever comes across this video that happens to be Gen Z, I'm sorry. Can't abandon my wing liner. I don't know what it is. It has like such a chokehold on me. I love doing it. I feel like it really brings my eyes together because I have like pretty big eyes, so I feel like the cat eye really just, you know? Then I go ahead and clean everything up with some concealer. Some people use baby wipes or Q-tips, and that's fine. I just use concealer. One of my favorite things about makeup is that you can literally just do whatever you want. You just put it on, take it off, you don't like it, try it again. It's like the Bob Ross of happy accidents. Like, it is literally the easiest thing that you could do in terms of like trying anything out with your face. Just do whatever you want. That's what makes it so fun to me, so relatable, and so universal for everybody, because obviously I think makeup is for everybody. And there's so many different types of looks that you can do, and it's like, why would you want to not experiment? I mean, sure, if you have like a specific style that you like and you want to stick to it, that's fine. Like the same way that I am with my cat eyes. Don't be afraid to try something new because you're scared it might not look right. The whole point of makeup is to have fun with it. I also feel like makeup's gonna be more fun for me the older that I get, and I can see new techniques to use on my skin particularly. Obviously, I do work with different types of skin types, age ranges, and stuff, but for me personally, just to see how I look different, it feels different, and what I end up having a preference for later on as I get older is gonna be really, really interesting for me. I like to add a little pink under my eye because I feel like it adds a little bit more life under my eye, because I don't know if you can see like that darkness under my eye, and adding a little pink with a concealer I feel like adds that little brightness that I need. Another trick I like to do is get a clean sponge, not so clean now, and then basically suck up any of the extra foundation or concealer or contour or anything that I put on my skin. Because you know how you do like the oiling blots and stuff for people. I have dry skin, so I don't need to do that, but because I do this also. But basically what I'm doing is removing anything extra on here that might have like layered over each other and just getting it like one last bit of like that smooth finish, blending it all together while still removing a little bit of extra makeup. What my skin looks like after using the secondary sponge to kind of suck up any of that extra makeup and reduce hopefully the oiliness once I put on my setting powder. Like I said, I don't really have any issues with it, but I also don't have oily skin, I have dry skin. So I feel like once I do this secondary part, when I suck up the makeup, it sets really nicely for me, but that's just me. I also don't set it right away. I let it sit for a little bit, and then I might go over it again just to remove even more makeup or anything that I see coming out. And I also don't like to set makeup right now after I've done even my eyes or anything like that, because obviously I still have to finish and put on the mascara and everything, but also because in case there's any fallout or anything like that, I can clean it up a lot easier than already having set everything right away. So I just did a little eyeliner. I don't do it all the way because I don't want my eyes to feel completely shut in. I do just halfway to the point right here, which I know might not be like a thing for everybody, but I like to do it there. So it's a little like oomphness to the end of my eyes opposed to like the inner part where I like to add a little bit more white or like a highlighter to emphasize like that little center point of my eyes to make my eyes feel a little bit more just poppy. Basically, I'm just smoking out the bottom part of my eye. Ooh, my compact came up. With the bronzer that I was using for my eyeshadow also. Do that all the way to the very tip right here, but not the eyeliner. The eyeliner goes halfway, and then I do the smokiness all the way here. That way I get the smokiness across without it being too overpowering with the black eyeliner. Unless you want it overpowering, then that's fine too, like it's up to you. But this is how I do it, eyeliner halfway, and then the smokiness all across, and I will definitely highlight it with something in the inner corner of my eye. It's about done. I'm doing my mascara, and then little final touch-ups. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to get more comfortable around the camera. And I mean, I'm already used to it on TikTok, but in terms of talking when you're talking on TikTok, and it's also just getting used to a different format. Like on YouTube, I know it's a lot different, and my goal isn't to get like rapid following rate. The thing for me is that I want consistency from myself and to keep doing it, and hopefully I feel a little bit more comfortable talking on camera the more I keep doing it. So far I'm having fun. Honestly, the thing that I'm most concerned about right now is camera space on my camera, because I'm seeing that the like time is going down, and I'm like, oh my god, how long can I yap for? And I probably need like a longer, like a larger SD card file or whatever. I'm not tech savvy, by the way, so if I say anything incorrectly, that's like, don't come for me, because I have no idea. I know like the bare minimum. Also, I don't know if you've been able to tell so far while I've been doing my makeup, I don't necessarily swipe, I tap. I really like to place wherever I'm focusing on doing the makeup in that specific area. I don't like to swipe because I feel like it can do like micro exfoliating, even though it might not be like real micro exfoliating. You're basically moving around the makeup and not setting it in place. So I will always usually tap my makeup unless it's already 100% set with like translucent powder or something, and I know that the bottom piece isn't going to move. Then I might do some swiping if I'm doing like character makeup or something. But if I'm doing beauty makeup and I need it to be like flawless, especially when I'm doing like no makeup looks on set, I need to tap in the makeup and not swipe, because I run the risk of moving that product and then it moving over time also on the person's face, especially if they get like sweaty or oily, or if they have dry skin and I start to like flake it around, it's going to cause flakiness around the skin or acne spots if they have dry acne skin. So yeah, hopefully it's not like too much info that I'm throwing at you. Like on my first video, I have no idea what to talk about. Then I feel like I can talk also for like ever. So I need to find that like perfect balance of doing too little or not doing too much, and like finding that middle ground. Because I feel like I could literally forever, but then like I'm doing the makeup, doing the videos, I'm like, oh my god, what do I say? And it's like, okay, well, maybe just save that for a next video. I don't know. I will still also bring in that pink under my eye to add that little extra oomph to my eyes. So I finished. I only have 3 minutes left, so whatever I did off camera was probably the moles and the lipstick and stuff like that. I use a matte liquid lip. But hopefully I was able to get my point across in this video. Like I said, hope interested in starting to talk about movies, art, and everything. And like I said, a little bit about me, because I'm a mom, I'm a makeup artist, I am an artist altogether in general, and I can't wait to build a community of other people who have the same passion and like-mindedness like me. Obviously, I don't expect everybody to be the same, but I know like that passion is definitely going to be in there, and I am just excited for this to be my first video so I can just kickstart everything, and we'll see where we are from here like a year from now. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can. I know YouTube is a little bit different compared to TikTok, whereas TikTok I have to consistently upload. If you want, you can find my TikTok with the same handle as I have it here on my YouTube. Most of the videos that I upload on my YouTube are very similar to TikTok anyways. So if you want to find my TikTok, I will probably post it up here, or you can just search up my handle the same way that you can find it on YouTube. But hopefully you guys like my video. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about me and for you guys to get to know me, and hopefully we have a lot of things in common. Also, let me know what you guys think of the makeup. Too much, too little. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done anything like this extensive, but I am really enjoying it. I feel like it is a lot and can look like a lot, but it doesn't feel heavy, and that's like one of my favorite things about makeup that I like to do and that I get complimented on a lot, is that it can be like heavy makeup but still feel and look lightweight. The time I upload this video, I will probably be 30 years old, so you are also a Libra. Happy birthday to you. I'm biased towards air signs, so. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video, and I can't wait to make more for you. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, like I said, I do special effects, beauty, anything. Like if you have a plethora of questions in terms of learning, I am here to help. Okay, bye!